I know you only in my dreams. You come visit and I make a scene. You know with passion all that we could be. Love is forever, it's always you and me. Save my loving for you. Under the blue. Save my loving for you. Chit-chat, Mayday, and the ocean breeze. Sleepless, we're crazy, I just wanna freeze. This moment forever, frame you in my heart. Loving is easy, and you're my secret star. Save my loving for you. Under the blue, yeah. Save my loving for you.
And I knew from the first time I met you, I knew that heart is never light. Felt like the sun king in Versailles. And I fell from the first time I met you, baby, like a night sky in July. 'Cause you never leave me dry. You, baby, share new light all my life. And I knew when you told me your name, girl, was going to write it on the wall and shout it down till Montreal. Yeah, I knew when you told me your name, baby, things we will never be the same. 'Cause you never leave me dry. You, baby, shine new light all my life. I knew how, knew how, knew how, knew how, ooh, how. 'Cause you never leave me dry. You, baby, shine new light all my life.
꽃이었고요. 여기가 첫 번째 꽃이었고, 요 다음에 여기에서 첫 마디. 이거를 마디로 봐야 될지 모르겠는데, 아무튼 이 첫 꽃 핀 데에서 다음 마디에서 올라온다고 많이들 하셨는데, 그래서 여기에서 한 2cm 자르면 좋다라고 하셨거든요. 여기에서 한 2cm, 정확하게 여기에 놨던 것 같아요. 그래서 여기를 자르겠습니다. 그래서 여기에서 다음 마디, 첫 번째 마디에서 놨던 거죠. 이를 잘라주겠습니다. 그래서 꽃이 필 것 같아요. 피었네요. 무릎?